You know, as you look at this group, you got 10, and you can win with every one of these quarterbacks. That's why this is a little bit of a difficult task. I don't make apology or excuses early, and I know I'm going to make some fan bases unhealthy here, but I'm going to go 5-1, and let's start with a kid out of Eugene. I remember sitting down with Chip Kelly 2 years ago in the Civil War, preceding it, and Marcus was redshirting, Marcus Mariota, and he said, just wait till you see this kid. They knew from day one they had a special talent. No moment was ever too big for him. He started out red hot. He continued to be red hot, nearly 70% completion percentage. More will be on his shoulders. With a new head coach, with the departure of Kenyon Barner, there will be more asked of him, but he's a really talented kid with the full tool set, which you love.
Now he brings his offensive coordinator now as head coach in Mark Helfrich, so at least that'll help the transition move a little bit as well.
It does. And speaking of a guy with a lot on his shoulders, that's number 4 on this list, and that's Braxton Miller. All he did a season ago was go undefeated 12-0 in his run. There is room for improvement in his game, as we've talked about today. His fundamentals, the growth in the passing game, but much like Tim Tebow in this system, in this Urban Meyer system, this run-first system for a quarterback, well, that is his gift and his strength. If he can elevate that completion percentage from 58% a season ago into those upper 60s, another undefeated run is possible in Columbus.
And receivers Devin Smith, Philly Brown, if they can step up as well, they can certainly help him out.
The experience and the talent returns offensively. No reason they should go backwards offensively. Number 3 on my list, I can't detract from a guy that plays on a really good team. Many people are going to look at this list and say, oh, come on, AJ, anybody can do that. Oh, I'm sorry he plays on a really good team, and all he's done is won 2 national championships. And oh, by the way, a 10-to-1 interception, touchdown interception ratio. I don't care if that's 7-on-7 in practice, 10 touchdowns to 1. That's what happens when you're the number 1 rated most efficient passer in college football. And a similar theme here. More will be asked of him. He loses 3 leaders up front offensively. There's going to be more command. But you can't detract from what he's done on a good team. And oh, by the way, going for a 3rd consecutive BCS national championship.
Alabama's had plenty of great quarterbacks. 30 touchdowns last season, a school record. The previous record was 20, so he blew it away.
This kid was pretty good, wasn't he?
Not bad.
I mean, all he did as a redshirt freshman was win the Heisman Trophy. And talking to one defensive coordinator over the last couple weeks, preparing some X's and O's, not just for this week, but the year ahead, they said, looking at Johnny Manziel, it was amazing how much when the play broke down, he was at his very best. And it was as if they practiced some of these scramble drills. You see him throw on rhythm. You see him on the move. He is dynamic. He's electric. He must stay healthy. And it's going to be a big target. He thinks he's got a bullseye on him this offseason. That target will get bigger through the season. His productivity speaks for itself.
He has a great receiver coming back in Mike Evans, but he loses Ryan Swope, and that was kind of a go-to guy for him, so that's going to be a challenge.
And especially in their system. They love little option routes. They love that hitch route. They play to his strengths, some of the lack of his strengths and his arm strength right within that system. And number 1 for me, talked a lot about him this week, Teddy Bridgewater, if he'd have come out in last year's draft, would have been a top 5 pick. I feel very confident saying that. You put on the game tape, the progression, the tempo, the rhythm, the accuracy, the toughness of playing through a broken wrist. Oh, and oh, by the way, a Sugar Bowl against the Florida team that nobody saw Louisville beaten if it wasn't for him. He is a franchise quarterback. He is everything the NFL covets. Some of these other guys have some limitations physically. He has none. He's my number 1 quarterback.
Completed 69% of his passes in 2012 with upside to boot. Nice work. Enjoyed it.
It's okay.
No, it was all right. It was good. It was good stuff. You didn't break